The Quantix heat pump has an easy-to-use display. In this video, we will explain how to configure the heat pump. This is the display screen of the Quantix heat pump range. On the screen, you can see the operating mode, the current outlet temperature, the target temperature, and the DHW temperature. You have the on-off switch, which must be on during operation. You can also lock the screen if you wish. The operating mode screen offers various options: DHW only, DHW and heating alone, and others. For domestic heating, you will typically use DHW and heating. In this example, we are working with heating only, so we select that option and confirm with the switch. Swiping to the left reveals the state parameters for the heat pump. Some of the more important ones are the water flow rate and the water pressure in the system. Scrolling to the right from the home screen takes you to the data screen. Here you can set the current date and time. Adjust the screen brightness. View any current system faults. And access the parameter screen, which we will return to shortly. Access the system schematics by tapping the target temperature display. This brings up a schematic of the system. In this case, we have Zone 1 and Zone 2. The target temperatures for each zone can be accessed through their respective positions on the schematic screen. To configure the zone setup, go to the menu system and enter code 22. This brings you to the base menu, where you can access the parameters. Navigate to the zone area to find parameter Z01. Typically, Z01 is set to 7, 8 or 9. In most cases, we set it to 9, which means the heat pump operates as a two-zone system. To set up the heat pump with no zoning, scroll to the parameters and enter code 22. Select parameters, then go to zone settings. Set Z01 to 0. Return to the system screen and go to the target temperature. You can now change the temperature setting directly. In this case, we set it to 36.5 degrees. When you return to the main display, it will show the updated target of 36.5 degrees. You can also set up weather compensation for the no-zone configuration. Return to the parameter screen, enter code 22, and go to ambient temperature compensation, also known as weather compensation. There are two options: linear compensation or polyline. The polyline is far more useful, so we use that. In this case, let's set the heat pump to flow at 50 degrees at all points below zero. Then we will gradually reduce the flow temperature as the temperature increases. The computed weather compensated flow temperature is 34.6 degrees. When we return to the main display, the target temperature shows 34.6 degrees, confirming the compensation is working. To set up a two-zone system, go to Parameters with code 22, navigate to the zone settings, and set Z01 to 9, which configures Zone 1 plus Zone 2. Returning to the system graphic, you will now see the two-zone schematic. The flow temperature for Zone 1 can be set here. In this case, we set it to 40 degrees. The Zone 2 temperature set point should almost always remain at 20 degrees, unless there is a specific reason to change it. The heat pump uses the higher of the two set points as its target temperature, which in most cases will be the Zone 1 value. Returning to the main display confirms the target temperature is 40 degrees. To set up weather compensation for the two-zone system, go to the system schematic, select Zone 1 and choose weather compensation. There are two types: linear, which we don't use, and polyline. Select polyline. In this example, we set the values to 45, 45, 45, 42, 38 and 35. With this enabled, the system calculates a target temperature of 37.6 degrees. Returning to the main display, the heat pump shows a target temperature close to 37.6 degrees, confirming the weather compensation is active. If you have any questions about the Quantix S, please do not hesitate to contact us. We would be glad to help.